Good morning, brothers and sisters. Welcome to our New Jersey's Cheon Prayer Vigil. Today is Thursday, May 30th, 2024. Let's begin by greeting our Heavenly Parents and true parents. 천주님, 천부름의 감배. Bado. Let's now recite the family pledge, first in Korean.
가정맹세 2. 선율국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 중심, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Number 2, our family, the owner of Chamoguk, pledged to represent and become central to heaven and earth by attending the Heavenly Parent and True Parents. We pledge to perfect the dutiful family way of filial sons and daughters in our family, patriots in our nation, saints in the world, and divine sons and daughters in heaven and on earth by centering on true love. Thank you. Now for opening prayer, can I please ask Miss Ursula Hanlon to open us up in morning prayer, please?
Good morning, Heavenly Parent. We're so grateful for this new day. Every day we can make a new beginning with you and leave the past behind. We want to slowly come into a new mindset. We're in the 12th year of John L. Guk, and we want to leave our negative thinking and our difficult feelings behind and create a new history, a history that never has existed before. And we really want to become your true sons and daughters. We would like to attend to parents. We would like to attend you. And please be with us this morning and let us deeply understand the words that are being read this morning, and let us deeply understand each other as brothers and sisters so that we can really establish this one family under God in reality. Pray this in the name of Ursula Hanlon, Blessed Center Family, Adu.
Adu. Thank you so much, Mrs. Hanlon, for that beautiful opening prayer. All right, we will now go into our morning light stretches. So we'll begin by taking 3 deep breaths in and out. Deep breath in and out. Another one in and out. One more in and out. All right, and a big stretch to the sky. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the left side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. All right, and today we're going to focus more on massaging our body parts. So we'll start with our head. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We'll do our face. Mostly try to massage your jaw area. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and your neck. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And do your left shoulder first. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other shoulder. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll do your left arm. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other arm. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your left hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Okay, and we'll try to do your lower back if you can get it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Do your chest area. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. And we'll do body rotations. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. In the last 10 seconds, you can massage or stretch any body part you feel needs it. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Okay, hope everyone's warmed up, ready, and wide awake to share any appreciations and gratitudes for today. I will see you guys in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed their breakout rooms today. For our appreciation today, can I please ask Mr. Nathaniel Nitro to share your gratitude for today?
Good morning, guys. Yeah, I'm so grateful for the community. We have such wonderful activities. I love actually the activities we do at Travel Messiahship. I'm a mailman, so I'm meeting a lot of people and also easily be trusted. Last Peace Cup, I was able to connect with our Travel Messiah, whom we bless uh, to join the fishing. So it so happened that he won the first place, you know. And what's so fun with this guy, Bobby, is when we give them the blessing, his parents received the blessing actually. But after his parents received, uh, he, the father introduced me to his brother across the street, you know. So we blessed them too. And then that father passed away, you know. So when I met Bobby, I didn't know that he already passed. And then when we went fishing at that time, Bobby, before coming to the boat, I actually gave him true parents picture, you know. I just tell him, this is true father, this is true mother, the only begotten daughter. I have that laminated picture. I don't care whether you believe it or not, but just keep it, put it in your pocket. It will protect you, you know. And then we went fishing, and then he said, and then he caught the big fish, you know, 42 inch in a quarter bass, you know. He was really so happy. And then he went with me in the parking lot. And then on the way home, we were putting ice in the fish. And he said, Nate, thank you so much, Nate. I feel that my father is fishing with me that time, you know. And then because of his experience, he said, if we win the first prize, he said, because we don't know, I will donate to your ministry $500, he said. And then because we won, and then my ministry at Chongilmudo get $500. What else can you get for life? God is so great, right? Thank you very much. All right, bye-bye.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Nitro. That was a beautiful testimony and sharing. Thank you so much for sharing that with us today. All right, we will now go into Mother's memoir. So please prepare your hearts and your minds as we listen to Dr. Ward as he shares True Mother's reading and its insights for today. Thank you.
Good morning to brothers and sisters, and thank you so much for your testimony, Nitro, this morning about fishing. And I was with Tyndall Baines and with Chris Bahari this morning, and we also ended up talking about parrots and plants, and it's like somehow everything is in the spirit of what we're reading about this morning. So let me go ahead and start with our reading now. Even though it was South America's hottest season, in December of 1994, we brought our senior missionaries from around the world to experience a fishing workshop on the Paraguay River. As the sun blazed on those days, local people would wade into the river and lie in the water to cool off, watching us curiously while we fished. As beautiful as the Pantanal was, one had to be careful at all times. We would take a boat up the river, dock it, and explore the countryside. Sometimes we could barely get through tangles of vines hanging down from enormous trees, and we would have to crawl on our bellies. We often would not return to the boat until midnight. We would rely on a steel cable stretched out through the forest to guide us back in the dark. When we rose before dawn every day to continue, we again would deal with sweltering heat and swarms of mosquitoes. It was a strenuous routine. My most difficult task was bathing. I would awkwardly put up a screen for privacy in the narrow boat so I could wash myself with the murky river water. But in my heart, I welcomed such primitive and natural conditions. That's you. So I'd like to share this morning based on our reading that we could have today. When I thought about this morning's reading, I was reminded of this time back in the Pantanal, and actually, I was called to the Pantanal in April of 1995, and I was asked by True Parents to spend a certain amount of time there working in various countries. And I was there for about 6 months at that time, working primarily in Paraguay. But I remember arriving there, and I remember the friendly face of Desmond Green, Reverend Green, because he was already down there. And it was really kind of a primitive setting, if you will. We went fishing every day, but actually I went fishing with a stick. I didn't have any reel or anything. It was just a stick and a string, that you had to throw into the water. It was a very, very simple way of fishing. Somehow, God blessed me to catch at least one fish. It wasn't a very big one, but I was grateful to catch something. I didn't know you could do it with that kind of a rod. But anyway, it was a great time to be there. And during that time, also, I think it was just like I believe I arrived there on April 4th or 5th, and it was right after True Parents had made the first Jardim Declaration. Now, between 1995 and 1999, True Parents made 7 Jardim Declarations, and this first one deals with the problems in our world, and it also deals with the way in which humankind needs to harmonize with nature. And I wanted to just read a part of that this morning. This is how it opens. True Parents say, today the world is confronted with this serious human crisis of sexual immorality, family breakdown, and the surge of individualism. In addition, environmental pollution threatens life's very existence on this one and only earth. In our human relationships, we need now more than ever a movement practicing love and mutual cooperation. With regards to nature, it is urgent that we begin a movement to love all creation and to protect and conserve our environment. Religious people in particular must lead this movement. From the early days, True Parents taught that unless one loves nature, which was created for human beings, one cannot claim to love people. And unless one loves people who are created to be the true children of God, one cannot say that one loves God. It is natural that whoever loves God will love people who were created to be God's children. Hence, one cannot claim to love people and God unless one loves nature, which was created for people. In an ideal society or nation, people will transcend national and racial boundaries, establish mutual cooperation and harmony, and live together happily. They will be fully conscious of being God's sons and daughters, and of existing as one great extended family that can live as brothers and sisters centered on True Parents. This is the place where all the blessed families who have restored their lineage, realm of ownership, and heart, living with True Parents' culture and language, will accomplish a world of freedom, peace, and unity. So this period is such a precious one, because it's a moment where True Parents are taking us back again to the 0 point. We're there in the midst of nature. There's not all the disturbances of the developed society that surrounds us. And we are learning to build a relationship with nature, to build a relationship with each other, and in that process to discover, through loving others, through loving nature and God's heart. And there was so much beauty and majesty in the Pantanal. You know, of all of you who had a chance to spend time there, you're so aware of that. And everything as magnificent as the jaguar, for example, which you know, is the third largest cat in the world. You know, you have the tiger, you have the lion, and then you have the jaguar. It's an enormous animal. And I don't know if any of you had a chance to see a jaguar while you were in the Pantanal. I did. I was lucky enough to see one time. It was just absolutely majestic to see one of those animals. So beautiful and powerful, and just an incredible creature to encounter there in nature. And I was able to do so in the Pantanal. And the capybara that Akemi loves so much. It's such an amazing animal. It's like a giant guinea pig, right? Just so amazing. And anyway, all of these incredible creatures with unique characteristics and beauty that just remind us about how God gave so much variety to us through nature to express his love for each and every one of us. And also just the incredibly beautiful and scenic Pantanal. So much was there. And this is a wetland. It's a place where life begins, right? You have this kind of calm waters, and it's the kind of place where mosquitoes can go and lay their eggs, and it's a place therefore that the birds can be able to go and they can be able to eat those eggs and eat those mosquitoes, and then other types of wildlife are drawn there as well. And it's really like a center, a place where life can be able to begin and grow and multiply. Such an important role wetlands play in terms of our planet, you know. And true parents were very concerned about trying to preserve and protect that environment. And they did a lot during the time that they spent in South America to try to do precisely that, you know. One thing that I discovered I didn't know before going to the Pantanal was to know that parrots, they fly in V's the same way that Canada geese do. You know, you see an incredible bevy of macaws or parrots flying, and it's just incredible. They have the same type of order, that heavenly order. It exists everywhere, and the patterns are also common. I was just amazed to be able to see that when I had a chance to visit the Pantanal. But oftentimes humans, motivated by profit and by personal gain, can do a great deal of damage. And one of the things that true parents were so concerned about was the indiscriminate logging industry and the farming industry, which was taking down so much of the forest and so many of the trees that were there. And that's extremely important to have those trees. Why? Because, as all of you know who've spent time in the Pantanal, there's a lot of tropical rains, you know, and torrents of water that pour down, you know. And those trees are very, very important to be able to somehow hold that water, to keep that water in place, because if it's not kept in place, then it just will just pour down the hills and into the rivers and streams, you know. And the consequence of that is that what's referred to as the hydrology, the way in which the waters move in South America, were very adversely affected because of an indiscriminate removal of trees, and as a consequence of that, we know incredible things happen. I had a chance to travel along the Takari River in the Pantanal, and the Takari River originally was just this area up here, and then you see all of this incredible. Sorry, I'm going to have to go back. All this incredible overflow here on your left. All of that it's like another river. And where did it come from? Well, it came from those highlands where there no longer are trees, and there's no way to be able to hold that water, and therefore more and more water ends up being deposited in the river, and the rivers overflow and valuable land is lost, and nature is affected, and even the well-being of many of the creatures that we just saw are adversely affected as a consequence of that. So you have photo A, the Takari River, and then photo B, a couple of decades later, you can see how much of that area was just flooded because of the fact that things are not taken care of properly. So father did a lot of things, and mother did a lot of things in order to somehow try to address the problem of the wetlands. They obviously couldn't do everything, but they did really do amazing things, reaching out and recognizing the government offices that were doing things and also doing things themselves. There was a Dr. Wu whom they brought from Korea, who was involved in the planting of a whole replanting of trees and things to be able to encourage that, and coordinating with the local government authorities in that effort, you know, and really trying to find ways to prevent this ongoing drainage that was having a drastic impact upon the rivers. And then there's our brother, Frederick Swartz, whom many of you might know, who also, True Father, called to the Pantanal. And he spent a long period of time there with True Father, working every day and studying nature. He, by the way, is a biologist and is an expert, particularly in rivers and in river fish. And he did all kinds of work there with True Father directly in order to try to address the issues of the Pantanal. And he wrote in a magnificent book called Understanding and Preserving the World's Largest Wetland, which is available on Amazon.com. And amazingly, you know, he was able to interface with the foremost scholars in the world on the concern about the vanishing wetlands on our planet, you know, and really doing some great work in that area. And that work is continuing today through True Mother, through the Hyojung International Foundation for Environmental Peace, where Sun Jin Moon serves as the president, and individuals such as Mr. Greg Jones, also a biologist by training, has done an awful lot of work concerning the environmental threats and finding ways to be able to address those things. So this is an ongoing concern. It's not just something that happened back in the 1990s, but it's something, as we all understand, that True Mother is very concerned about addressing and correcting. So we read these words this morning from True Mother, and I'm just amazed by the things that are expressed there. Basically, think about it. She says, we could barely get through tangles of vines hanging down from enormous trees. I mean, those of us who are in the Pantanal, we witnessed true parents facing those kinds of natural challenges. We would have to crawl on our bellies. We would rely on a steel cable stretched out through the forest to guide us back in the dark, with all kinds of wild creatures that are out there, you know. And true parents, they really went to the front line for Heavenly Parent. This was an important time in the conditions that they set, both in terms of challenging their own selves and likewise really prayerfully advancing their province were key conditions to be able to bring about the liberation, as we know, of Satan. We rose before dawn every day to continue. We again would deal with sweltering heat and swarms of mosquitoes. And as I heard for the first time from Dr. Kiley last week, True Father would not swat away the mosquitoes. He just accepted the bites. He wouldn't scratch. He was determined to make a pure offering. True Mother says, my most difficult task was bathing. I would awkwardly put up a screen for privacy in the narrow water so I could wash myself with murky river water. And those of you who've been to the Pantanal know how much the water could be very murky simply because of all of this silt that was in the water. But in spite of all that, Mother says, I actually welcome such primitive conditions in nature. And I think all of us who witnessed true parents during that time, we could see that they were happy and at peace. Somehow they really were happy and at peace, and they were making a new start, establishing a new foundation that all of us could be able to benefit from. So this was a time for true parents of deep reflection, you know. they had many external victories in the United States. They had significant victories with the meeting of Kim Il Sung, and with the victory of meeting with Mikhail Gorbachev. But here they went back down to the 0 point. They went back down to the 0 point, and they asked all of us who joined with them at that time to do the same, to go back down to the 0 point, to try to establish a real relationship with nature, to try to establish a real relationship with brothers and sisters. There was no hierarchy there. We were all sitting on the grounds. We were all going out fishing with our poles with no reels, you know. And that was a camaraderie, a precious chance to experience brotherhood and to bring us to the 0 point. It reminds me a lot of what Mother talked about in 2012 at the time of True Father's passing, that it was a time to return to the old days, you know. And I think that this was like a preparation or a foundation for the old days and for this day as we pay tribute to true parents through the Cheon Won. So this is a photo of father and mother, and there you see Alejandro and Antonio Betancourt behind them. And that, I believe, is a green-winged macaw that True Father is holding there. And you can see how happy true parents are there in the midst of nature. So anyway, I found this picture this morning of myself and my wife and my two eldest sons, and that wonderful chance that we had as a family to spend in Jardim, and many of us had a chance to do, and I think we all cherish that time and cherish the photo we could take with true parents at the end of that time. So anyway, it's a wonderful thing that we could witness how Father could go up and then go down, go up and then go down, and in that way, step by step, continue to build the foundation for the building of Cheon, which True Mother is guiding us to today. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ward. Wow, I don't even know where to start. That was so beautiful. The pictures, the stories, really understanding the importance of connecting with our nature and really seeing how much our true parents really try to reach our heavenly parents by really, like you're saying, going up and down, listening to these stories, what they had to go through just to really feel our heavenly parents' heart. So thank you so much for that. All right. Unfortunately, due to time, we cannot go into our breakout rooms, but please feel free to share any key takeaways, insights. Do you have something to? Okay. Okay. If you have any key takeaways or insight, please share in our chat. But we'll now move on to our Cheon Won prayer. So I'd like to pass it on to Pastor Takino for any announcements and closing prayer for today.
Good morning. Wow, thank you. The power, this is kind of one class, that you're sharing. Amazing. I'm so inspired. I always love to listen to your teaching guidance. I don't have so much time, the announcement, May 30. So this is all I wanna be this prayer point every day during these 40 days for the safety of the true parents and the true family, for a victorious entrance into the Cheon-il Sanctum in Cheonwon-gun, to successfully witness to new people, especially young people, and for real church growth, for the unification of North and South Korea, and a heavenly unified Korea, to overcome all crises affecting our world, and to realize a heavenly unified world. So, June, I think all of you already know and prepare your heart to attend this Chombo Great Works at Belvedere, June 1st. And yeah, I don't have to say so much. So tomorrow and Sunday, if you wanna receive the special answer, please submit, please register online and choose a date, Friday, tomorrow, or Sunday. Then I believe that when you choose the date, you have a selection, your preferable time. I don't know, they can do your preferable time, but at least you can say, oh, I wanna do special answer this 4 p.m. or 3 p.m. something like that. The next day we have June 2nd we have a festival. By the way, right now, as you know, Cheon team, second gen group, they are really working hard, preparing and their hard and practice, the Cheon session. So please pray for them also. 22nd gen, every day now, practice. Okay, then June 2nd, this is our family fun day. Let's come together. I miss you. Let's meet together and talk. Okay. And next week, we have a workshop. This is for target age is 18 and between the 18 and 40 at the Clifton Family Church. And especially Pastor Naokimi want to share the workshop, new education content, and the new for the future how we can share our content, divine principle, true parent life course, accomplishment, the essence of Jesus Christ, and connecting to the Cheon Shim prayer. So spirit and truth. So that he like to. This is actually that he like to model how we can continue to have a workshop. Okay. So today I would like to invite Juno, the HTG member. Gino. Yes.
Okay, please join me in prayer. Thank you, Heavenly Parents and true parents, by giving us this beautiful and wonderful nature environment to live and to feel Heavenly Parents every day and every day through the environment. Um, we we need to think that we are the owner of the earth and the environment, and we should save the environment to keep as you imagined from the first beginning. And then for this week we will have great work and national service on Saturday and Sunday. For that, many people is work very hard for the service through to to able to feel many people those more happily parents as parents and true parents as parents. As a children, I and all of us, all of each of us want to think deeply and closely more with the parents so that we can serve a parents in our life every day and every moment. And then the parents, true parents, thank you for the love that you've given us and all the foundation that you made for us. Please join our today, and then remember all the people who is sick or having a hard time, but though if the people who think and wanted to be more centered by true love, true parents and heavenly parents. Prayed name by blessing families and true 진호 song. 아주
Would you please feel free to unmute for unison prayer?
Heavenly parents, true parents,
God, I thank you that we can come before you in
we
prayer
pray
Why do I have to do this without?
and reach out to you.
私のha나를 부모님,
and
아, 기도の日を与えていただいたこと、
they
天の父母様の心情を本当に掴みに行くためにこの祈りを
take almost forward.
私自身が成長していくことができるように、この通して多くの節量を感じていただきますように自分、お母様の健康と安全をお守りください。イエス様のことにご加護し、本体であります。本体導いてください。
Me and others
シオンのチャンネル存在を本当に勝利していくことができるように、そしてそれから本当に世界が大きく広がっていきますので、頂点の国実のためにお母様の自分がいらっしゃることによっていますので、実に皆様にご支援いただき用意してくださっているものがたくさんありますが、今お父様を中心として誠にご家庭の方々の先輩がお父様とこれをこういうって説明されています。この先輩が後ろから行動できる。そしてまたこうして地上においての生活がだんだん短くなっていくわけでありますが、その分早く霊的に成長していくことができるようにどうか導いてください。そして天の父様あなたが御言葉を全世界に伝えていくためにこのキリスト教の本当に復興しなければいけない。SANC の牧師たちを中心としてさらに彼らの多くのクリスチャンが待ちに待った帰り主を迎えることができるように、その彼らの心情を広く平成を通してまいりますからね。それぞれ勝利していくことができる。私自身ができることはわずかではありますが、みんなの力を合わせていく。必ず私のことしてどうぞ一人一人を見守ってください。一体どんなことがあっても神様に愛されているその結果を私たちが得ることができる。自らを後悔の中にこの地で喜んでいます。そして天上界に行くことができる。多くの喜びをお返しできるよう神様のミッションを与えられたミッションと才能を本当に天のために使うべき使い物ですから、どうするかというふうに読んでいくことができます。また多くの兄弟姉妹たちがまた病に苦しんでいるので、その人を癒してください。私たちでしょう。
Thank you everyone for the unison prayer, and thank you everyone for joining us here today. I hope to see everyone tomorrow and have a happy Thursday. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Ward.
Thank you, Jeanette. Thank you, all brothers and sisters. Have a great day.
Thank you, Dr.
God
Ward.
bless you, Pastor Takino. Thank you, Yasu, for all your help preparing things. Amy-san, good to see you. Dr. Hendricks, God bless.